How to be convincing. The principles on how to be convincing as a speaker were actually written down already 4 centuries before Christ by Aristotle in his famous book Rhetorics. The 3 main components of persuasion, of convincing other people, are ethos, pathos, and logos. And what is so important about those 3 is that convincing other people in your cause always happens on those 3 levels together, not separately. Let's talk about them each individually. The first is ethos. Ethos sounds like ethics. This is where it comes from. It means that to be convincing, to give convincing message, the speaker himself, the person himself needs to be convincing. He needs to be trustworthy. It's very often said by investors that the most important thing they are looking for when they make investment decisions, it's not the idea, it's not about the market size or the possible profit, but it's about the team. The question is if they trust the team. So that is the ethos. So think about you. Think about your skills. It's about being self-confident. It's about being respectful. It's about being trustworthy. You might have the best business idea in the world, but if people don't trust you as a person, if they don't think that you are the man or you have the team to deliver, they will not support you. The second important thing was pathos. Pathos means emotions. Even if you are trustworthy, you are smart and you are good, and you have a good message, but you don't make your audience, your people, your listeners, your investors to feel anything, then there's not going to happen anything. So you need to create some sort of a feeling. This can be a different type of feeling. It can be happiness, it can be passion, it can be sadness. It doesn't matter if the feeling is positive or negative. Some stories are happy and some stories are sad, but at least people need to feel something to be engaged in your message so that they could move passionately with your cause. And thirdly, there's logos. Logos, logics. That means you have to get your facts and figures right. You have to make your homework. You have to have the necessary details, necessary facts, necessary statistics. You have to get your arguments right. Because you might be very trustworthy, you might be charismatic, you might engage people, but if you don't know what you talk about, if your message doesn't make sense, then you will not get where you want to. You will not get investors to come to your company, you will not get the customers to buy your products. So logos means arguments, facts, and figures. So don't forget that convincing is never one of those 3 things separately. It's never just about facts, or never just about being cool guy, or never just to create amazing feeling in the room. You need all those 3 layers to get people to follow you. So how does convincing actually work in practice? What is the formula of making a convincing case, a convincing speech? To make the convincing speech, you need 4 key elements. The first element of any speech, and in particular convincing speech, is naturally gaining your listeners' attention. If they don't listen to you, if they don't see you, if they don't understand you, then you can have the best case ever, they will never be convinced. It's the same principle with advertisement. A company might invest millions and millions into making the best commercial ever, but if you are at the same time when they're showing the commercial in the toilet or in the kitchen making sandwich, there is no use. So you have to make sure people really watch you and follow you. The second is problem. You have to define the problem so that people would feel the need for what is going to follow. People often forget about that stage. They just start to describe their product or service or project or organization without really making your listeners yet to feel why they would need that. That is very important to create that pathos, that emotion that links us. People need to feel in the audience that, yes, I understand that problem, give me the solution. And then the third part is giving them the solution. It's about explaining why your product, your service, your idea, your solution is better than your competitors. Why this is unique and novel. Why this is something that people have waited for a long time. How your idea solves some of these problems that your listeners face every day. So if you have gained the attention of your listeners, if you have shown them that they have a problem and they have a need, and if you've shown that you have the solution for their problem, then don't stop here, because the fourth element is most important. It's call for action. Give them something specific to act on. Don't leave them hanging in the audience. Tell them what they can do immediately. Tell them if they can contact you or do something or go somewhere. Where can they get information? What do you expect for them? If you talk to the investors, be clear of what kind of cooperation you expect, what kind of investment you expect, where you can be found next day. So these are important to close the deal. So that is the entire cycle of being convincing. Thank you for watching the Public Speaking and Investor Pitch online course. I hope it was useful and you found some practical suggestions and recommendations for your future. You will find more links and videos and materials below, and don't forget to take the test so you would see if you remember all the tips correctly. Enjoy.